yo. And wait. Oh, yo. Oh, yo. And wait. Oh, yo. Tell me what you think about Marcus. Tell me what you think about Christ. Made their sacrifice now.
Okay, pleasant good morning to everyone. Welcome to another featured program of Policing with You. And we have in the studio today Inspector Dickinson, who will bring to the floor some experience that he has touching on concerning Independence, Heroes Day, and the events that are coming up on this long holiday weekend we have. Welcome, Inspector.
Good morning, Superintendent Francis. Thank you.
Good morning. I want to thank Inspector Dickinson for taking time out and visiting here to lend of his experience. Okay, we're going to jump straight into the program, and we primarily going to talk about the Independence weekend, bank holidays, the events that are unfolding coming up, and what is the expectation of the general public, and what the role of the law enforcement and other uniform officers are going to be for this upcoming weekend. Now, Inspector, for this upcoming weekend, what are the major events on the Independence calendar?
Yes, good morning again, radio listeners. I am Inspector Elgin Dickinson, Station Officer at the Bastille Police Station. And my first question this morning is about our major events. Our three major events that we have to cover are the National Heroes Observance, which would be in about three parts. We have a ceremony at the Sir Robert Bratcher in St. Paul's. There is the wreath laying ceremony at the C.A. Paul Southwell, and then we have a service at the National Heroes Park with the laying of wreaths as well. That is on the 16th. Then we have Sunday the 18th, which is the Independent National Service, where we play a part as well. And then the other major one would be Monday the 19th, the Independence Day parade that everybody comes out to have a look at.
I'm smiling because both children and adults love to come out and look at that spectacle.
That is correct. That is correct.
Okay, with those events, I know there's some fringe events as well, but we're going to touch that a little lower. Based on the major events you just indicated, what is the police role, the police law enforcement role in these major events?
In these three major events, police are detailed as a unit to perform part of the parade within the Guard of Honor at the wreath laying ceremony. The Independence Parade, the tail is also sent for that for that day. I think we have three units that will be on display for the Independence actually, and then we have a unit that attends church service on the 18th at the Antioch Baptist Church. Other than that, police officer will be there to do crowd control and in respect of directing the traffic and maintaining law and order.
Okay, so it's a dual role now.
Yes.
The major events, uniform officers have to be there inside, and officers still have to be outside working.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so
that is correct.
Okay, so it's safe to say that with this nice holiday coming up, the police still have a lot of work to do.
We are always working. Police is always working. We have to keep the country safe.
Oh, my. Okay, can you explain? We're going to dig a little deeper. Independence Parade, Heroes Day Parade. They also call the Heroes Day Parade the Guard of Honor. Can you explain the difference? Because when persons visit the Heroes Day Parade, the Guard of Honor, it's a little different. Well, in fact, it's a lot different than Independence Day. Can you lend of your experience and explain the difference?
Okay. The difference between the Independence Parade and the, what we call it, Guard of Honor. With the Independence Parade, there are much more units on parade, which include the armed and the unarmed units.
Armed and unarmed meaning?
The police, defense force, and then you have the Girls Brigade, Boys Brigade, the customs, all who don't use firearms would be on parade there as well.
Okay.
Unlike, and I'm doing the comparison, unlike on a Guard of Honor, it's only armed units. Only police and defense force or just defense force do guard of honors.
Okay.
Okay? Then we have a position of how they are on parade. When they're on parade, they're in trees for a parade. On a guard of honor, they're in file, two. Front rank and a rear rank.
Okay.
So that's another that's a difference again. Now, in terms of spacing, on a parade you are in full length, which is your arm is fully extended, the next person is just there. On a parade, on a guard of honor,
right there.
On a guard of honor, you bend the elbow and the person comes right closer for a guard of honor. Much closer.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then on a parade, you march past in slow and quick time. And on a guard of honor is just quick time, only quick time. You pass and you give a salute or compliments and you carry on. So in essence, both of them are different. Both of them are different, and the real essence of it is that the parade carries more unit compared to a guard of honor that only have just armed unit, that maybe just be 2 platoon or 1 platoon. That is the real main difference of a parade. And in addition to that, the commander will never say parade when it's a guard of honor.
Okay.
You will if you don't know what it is and you reach there, you'll hear guard of honor.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Then you will know it's a guard of honor. Because he will never say parade.
So on Independence Day, you're not gonna hear him say guard of honor.
No.
Okay.
Parade. You don't get parade. If he says guard of honor, but it's supposed to be just like that.
Okay. Thanks for that.
So that is how you really can. If you're not sure and you reach to a ground where there is a parade, that is how you will listen to hear what he says, if you're hearing him clearly. And then the other thing, you look to see how much units are here, and then you look to see who have gun, who don't have firearms, as the case may be. Then you know, okay, what is the difference between both?
Okay, so what's the purpose of a guard of honor? If they're different, what's the purpose? Why is it called a guard of honor? What's the purpose?
Okay, the guard of honor.
Why we don't do the guard of honor in Independence or the Independence in guard of honor?
No. The guard of honor, or sometimes people call it honor guard or ceremonial guard, is basically a group of individuals, whether it be military or police, who are there to basically receive an individual from out of state. For instance, a member of the royal family comes to St. Kitts. They are welcomed with a guard of honor. When that display is put on the tarmac at an airport or down at the seaport, and they see the immaculate drill of these persons, they say, well, everybody look sharp, well, the whole country sharp, in essence. Okay? And then you have visits, like I said, visits from other states. For instance, you might have an ambassador from Taiwan who would come to the country, and you do a guard of honor as well at the airport. And that is what it's a welcoming, a sign of respect to the individual who is coming.
So you're paying honor to somebody.
Yes, that's correct.
A guard of honor
to them. So when, like I said, when they come and they see that kind of display, they say, well, everybody here look like they're sharp when it comes to doing the drill movements and so on. So that is what the guard of honor or honor guard. People tend to turn it around from time to time, but really and truly, it's a sign of respect for persons who come into the Federation. And then you'll have to forward the other question as to when are the occasions when you will do honor guard. For instance, the upcoming laying ceremony, there's an honor guard for that. We normally have one
paying honor
again, right, to those who would have there before. And then we have one for the opening of the new law term that normally be in January. And then we used to have one at government headquarters, coming into a new administration. They used to do a guard of honor down there, because I did one there already. And then the visit of any member of the royal family or head of state who is welcome on a specific occasion. And that is what is really, it's an honor to really do that. I enjoy doing that, because you get an opportunity to see how the precision of your movements can work, everybody working together. in one accord.
And it gives a different feeling, especially for the persons who are looking on. It's like, wow, it's just amazing.
It's just amazing. And they would not believe that these are persons who you took up and trained 3-4 days ago. Unlike some countries like England, are person they're specific. That's what they do. It's their job. They drill every day.
That's all they do.
That's all they do. They get paid for that. Maybe
Just drills.
Maybe something the force need to look at.
I think so too. Okay, I want the listening public to know that we have to close down this program precisely about 9:45 for another program to come and stream, and we still have to find a way to open up for a little 1 or 2 questions, but we have to cover some more areas here. Okay, we're going to dig a little deeper. The Independence Parade is very fascinating. The parade commander shout commands, but sometimes the commands the person don't understand. It sounds kind of strange. Can you explain some of the commands that are being shouted and given on the Independence Parade?
Okay, most of the time you have the sergeant major, who is the one who you will basically hear screeching out. That is when he's dressing the ranks. Dressing the rank. The commander normally gives his commands a little bit clearer so that everybody can hear him. And some of his commands are prepare to fix, bayonet fix, general salute, present arms, royal salute, present arms, shoulder arms, stand at ease. But go back to the sergeant major. The sergeant major for parade, he tends to shorten his words. But the thing about it is that the men on the ground, they know exactly what he means.
How do they know?
Because they rehearse several times and they
practice
know,
and
practice
so they know
until
what
they
is
get it-
expected.
until they get it right. So when they go on the parade and he say, "Up number 1," they know exactly what he meant by that.
I'm telling you.
Yes. You know, so they know. So even when they call it, what you just said? Me understand that? That sounds like Chinese. No, it's not Chinese. It's just the way the sergeant major extend his voice just for them to get the right pictures to wait. On a parade, you must know the parade. In your head, you don't have to be the commander or the sergeant major. You must know what comes next.
Okay.
And that is what makes it easier for anyone who comes on a parade.
So you're on the parade, you're there, and you know what is going to happen next.
Yes.
You know, what is likely to happen here.
Yes.
And
So even if you say, we'll advance to the right, his left is supposed to go left.
yes.
So you don't follow
So just
that.
in case a little mistake,
Yes.
you should know what to do.
You should know what to do. Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
Okay.
That is
well,
correct.
Independence Parade is very, very, very important to us here. Back in my time, I used to go out as a little boy. My mother used to take me. You sit down and you dress up in nice colors and you just watch, and it used to be so amazing. And on television, you watch it a little later. And it's like, wow. Okay, the Independence Parade has several protocols, as you indicated. Certain things have to be done, and in addition, there's the arrival of the Prime Minister. We have protocols for that.
Yes.
Then we have arrival of the security chiefs, protocols for that, arrival of the Governor General. Could you elaborate a little bit as to how this unfold and what kind of arrival or honor or respect these different individuals does get?
Okay, normally the ministers of cabinet will come with the escorts, and there's no fanfare or anything for them. They come and they're escorted to their seats. On the arrival of the security chiefs, the parade would have already been on the ground, properly laid out, properly dressed, and everything. And then they would be dressed in open order, remain there until then the arrival of the security chiefs. A fanfare is played for both the Defense Force Commander and the Commissioner of Police. After that, then they wait for the arrival for, I'm sorry, let me step back a bit. They get a fanfare, as I mentioned, and a general salute for the Commissioner and the Commander. Then you have the general salute. Then you have the arrival of the Prime Minister. He comes out to the vehicle, is escorted to the saluting days. He gets a general salute and a fanfare played by the band, and then they wait for the arrival now of His Excellency. Then he comes, he goes up into the saluting days, and he gets a royal salute. Royal. The movements are the same, just change of words because of the individual who is taking that compliment
and the position
that he holds.
Okay.
So everybody gets a general salute. He gets royal. Why royal? He's representing the king. No, because
Not the Queen,
not
the
the
King.
Queen. Right. So he's representing the King.
Representing the King.
Representing the King. Now, the commander of the parade, he then reports to His Excellency, report the parade on the ground as to how much platoon he has on the ground. I don't know if the commander does count to know how much men is on the ground, but he reports to say how much units he has
When
on
you say
the
report,
ground.
you mean he goes over,
Goes
had a little
over,
conversation.
give us do a salute with his using his sword, and then he will explain address him in the way he's supposed to address him, let him know how much persons he have, and then in that way he then asks him to command an inspection, and he will inspect all the units, go right down, in and out, between front, rear, center of all the armed units, go right down, and then he does a flyby on the unarmed unit, just walk in front of them, speak to the person reports, go right down, then he returns to the saluting days, and the commander comes back to him seeking permission for the parade to march past in slow and quick time.
Slow and quick time.
Right.
Slow.
And that is the
march.
one. That is the part of the parade that everybody wants to see.
I'm telling you.
Because they want to see if these lines are straight at the end. So in doing that, that is completed. Then in quick time now, the unarmed units comes at the end of the parade where the cadets, they'll come on only in quick time. So they do the march past only in quick time. That is completed, and then the parade commander comes back to His Excellency, thanking him for the inspection, and then days we again they now do the unfixed bayonet advancing review order, and then after the advancing review order they do the 3 cheers to the nation. Right, they do the 3 cheers to the nation.
I always remember that.
And then after that is done, basically the parade is over. If there's no speeches that will come after, then the parade basically comes to an end.
I remember at some point, 2 things. One, I remember sometimes we used to have speeches at
Right,
Independence, and then I think they moved the speeches to up at the Camp Springfield now.
Yes.
Right? And
One of the reasons for that is that too much people was falling.
towards fainting on
Yeah, man,
parade.
too much painting on parade. So in order to make the parade look good, you keep it short, talk after.
And then secondly, I remember after the parade, there's an announcement. I think it usually be at Camp Springfield. There's an announcement of who was the best.
Yes.
And parade, who dressed the best.
Yes.
Which unit was looking the best.
Yes. His Excellency always doing his judgment, you know. He comes up, by the time he comes to Camp Springfield, he knows exactly who was the best on parade in the morning, you know. So that is good.
Okay, we're going to ask one last question before we break for word from our sponsors, and when we come back we're going to talk about the Newtown Festival and Fringe activities. The last question, we also see various uniforms being worn by the security forces on parade, and because there are different parades, some of them there's night and there's day and there's different things. Some of them white uniform is worn, some of them black uniform is worn, some of them you see this green, some of them you see long sleeve green, specifically for parades and stuff like that. Can you explain when and why they wear these uniforms?
Okay, for the officers who wear the what you call white tunic. White tunic is a ceremonial. It's your number 1 uniform. Ceremonial. Now that is worn mostly in the day. In the day. Now in the night you wear the serge. It's also a number your number 2, but it's a ceremonial but for the night. It can be ceremonial.
Serge is the black one.
Black. Well, it's not black, you know.
What color is
It's
it?
actually navy blue.
Navy blue.
Yes, as a store.
Dark navy blue.
Yes. I've had challenges. I've worked in the stores for years and I always thought it was black. But it is really and truly, when you see the document, it is blue.
Navy blue.
Navy blue, dark blue.
Okay.
So the black, or we call it the black, because everybody understand the black, but serge, it's used in the night for any ceremony that is in the night. It can also be used as a uniform in the night for officers. The pants, as we know, is the same pants that they wear, the black pants, the same black pants or blue navy blue with the white stripe, but the top is what makes the difference. Now, instructions can come that you wear the serge in the day.
Okay.
Because it's going to happen on this Independence Parade. I ain't gonna say no more. Watch you and see.
also, I think, at funerals.
And at funerals,
Yeah, you could
that
be
is
the
correct.
same,
The
yeah.
surge is actually for funeral and night. That is correct. That is correct.
So instructions can be given to where the surgeon is there.
Yes, yes.
So we'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see what happens with that one.
Okay. GQ, can we take a little short break, and when we come back we talk about the fringe activities, Newtown Festival, stuff like that. Thank you.
We welcome the magic back. One Caribbean standing side by side. Cricket is within we sow. It's with pride we stand and play together. Cut from courage and will. CPL standing firm still. Feel the magic that catches us.
Yeah, feel the magic, live the magic, feel the magic. Yeah, feel the magic, live the magic, feel the magic. Yeah, Republic Bank, official banking partner of Hero CPL T20. Feel the magic, live the magic, feel the magic, live the magic.
Oh, I'm waiting.
To a featured program, Policing with You. I'm here with Inspector Dickinson. We're talking about Independence Parade and Heroes Day Parade and things of that nature for the long upcoming bank holiday. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to ask one question to the good inspector. He's an expert in several areas. He's an expert in drills, expert in policing. He has expertise in stores and polygraph expert. And those are only the ones I know. Okay, we're going to ask one question and we're going to open up the lines for calls. If no calls come in, we'll follow up with some more questions. Okay, Inspector, we have a long holiday coming up. You spoke about the major activities. Now, there's some other side activities, some fringe activities. How about the Newtown Festival? We have Juve coming up in the Newtown Festival. We got street jamming. Can you explain, elaborate as to the timing, the routes, or any other thing you want to touch and let the general public know about that?
Okay, as part of the weekend activities, the East Bastia Festival comes alive again. Because remember, it was dormant for a while. And on Friday the 16th at 7 a.m. in the morning, they're having a Juve jam from 7 to midday. I trust and hope that they stick to their timing, because normally when they have these sort of things, they start at 9 and 10 and 1 to continue.
The time is time.
Time is time.
They start like they still finish.
Finished at 12. That's correct.
Time
Now,
is time.
while I'm on that, I may just answer the question to the route.
That's okay, no problem.
You know, that will help persons to understand. The proposed route for the Juve basically starts at the hard court, the court at Newtown. They turn right from the court, turn right into Leonard Dickinson Drive. Then they turn right onto Pond Road, left into Sandom Road, right on the Bay Road, right on West Independence Square, South Independence Square, up by the court, the east side of the court of the square, and then right back on Pond Road, and then they come back around Sandom Road, think about maybe twice, and then they end up back at the playfield, where they will have new vibes and hi-fi playing music there. So the route is basically centered around the new town, not going in around town. It's just in the community within the festival is held. Okay? Then on the Thursday the 17th, we have some block parties that is normal for every constituency or village. Have little block parties where you get a beer for $2 and $1 and so on. And then on Sunday,
Price cut.
yes, and then on Sunday the 18th, we have tropics over at Figgy Bay. Not much of it's still in the East Bastia, but that's at Figgy Bay, and that starts from 15.
And that's one of the fringe activities.
Fringe activities, 3 o'clock to in the afternoon till midnight, and then on Monday the 19th now we have parades of troops in East Bastia in that same circle again, which commences from 2 p.m. and ends at 8 p.m. in the 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's correct, in the East Bastia area, basically to climax their week of activities. Yes.
Okay, so Bastia comes alive.
Yes.
So, and after COVID-19 and everything is now a little bit, relaxed. A lot of persons were waiting for things like these.
To happen, yes.
Okay. Well, let us encourage the public to go out and exercise caution and be as safe as possible.
Yes.
With this activity coming up. I have a few more questions, but GQ, do we have any calls? No calls at the moment. Okay, we'll jump straight ahead. We want to let the listening public know you can call in. We literally have about 5 more minutes to wrap up the program. Or we have a call. Okay, beautiful. Pleasant good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Plenty Police.
Morning, sir.
I'm enjoying the program. I have a question. Now, on the parade, you would have armed and unarmed units. How could we, the spectators, be assured that none of those weapons have been live rounds? And my reason for asking that, 2 years ago, out on the international scene, they were making a movie, and no live round was supposed to be in the gun. And there was a live round in one of the gun, and one of the actors in the thing get shot. So how can we, the public who are watching on, to be assured that there would be no live round in any one of those guns? I'll listen up here. Thank you.
Thank you. Inspector?
Okay, the person who are issuing the firearms will check, and the person who receives the firearm conduct something known as an NSP, normal safety precaution. Everybody must do that. Everyone who receives a firearm must do that normal safety precaution. Just you checking for yourself. The armor gives you the bolt lock to the rear, you check it yourself, and you carry out your NSPs, and then you carry on from there. So it's checked before you go on to parades.
Check on both ends.
On both ends. And the checking is not just you checking, you're having someone who is standing by you to basically look and see that it is clear, and then you send your working parts forward, and then you carry on from there. So it's not just you checking alone. I am asking you to check I am checking yours, so that is the body system.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any more calls? No calls. Okay, in keeping with the Newtown Festival, as I indicated, a lot of persons will be coming out, and we wanted everybody to be safe. However, we know from time to time things happen. What is expected of the general public at these events?
Expectation of the public. We know that we have been under the COVID for a while, and persons like they are thirsty for a little activity on the outside.
Thirsty indeed.
But I am asking them to be careful. No weapons. We do not want any weapons to be in the bands.
When you say weapons, what do you mean?
Machete, knife, gun, anything that can cause injury, basically. No weapons. Drinking out of a glass bottle, that's a no-no. You can't be in the band jamming with a glass bottle. So we are asking the vendors who may be selling, whether on the troop day or the Juve morning, to refrain from selling liquor in any glass bottles. Use the plastic cups that is easily disposable at the end, and so that they don't, you don't cause injury to anyone. And we are asking for the public to conduct themselves in an orderly fashion. We can enjoy ourselves without fighting and wounding each other.
I so agree with you.
The police presence is going to be there so much because we know that it is the first time in a long time. So I hope we don't have more police than who jamming, but it will be good.
We're out in the numbers.
We're out in the numbers. So behavior, I expect to see the performance of the police doing what they're supposed to do, and I expect that the public too will respect the police decisions. Because if we don't, I know the questions coming. This question is going to come later on at the end. That if persons do fight or misbehave, they will be dealt with. They'll be taken away, and the session may come to a short end.
How the session will come?
We may just ask. Well, it depends on the nature of the injury of someone. Because maybe someone might have gotten a serious wound, and as a result of that, we might expect retaliation, and they said, no, this can't continue like this. Go back to the parking lot or the hard court, jam for the next hour or 2 days. Rather than going around, yes. It makes it difficult to now be looking to see who was involved and see if they're coming back at each other for retaliation. So we don't want that to happen. So we're just asking the general public to be careful and respect each other's space. I mean, it's jamming, you bouncing. If you can't take it, don't go in there.
Exactly.
Exactly. Can't take it, don't go in there. And we won't want, for a session of this nature, Christmas just coming around. We don't want this to be a bad example for what is to come. We want it to be a good example for what to come.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, that was my last question. We also encourage the persons who are in charge of the session, the ones with the mic, the ones who are singing periodically.
Yes.
To control the crowd that is following you and indicate to them no fighting. No, because you up on high, you can literally see what's going on.
Yes.
You can see when something is going to happen in the crowd. You can see when something is going wrong. Indicate to the persons. Help the police to help you.
Help you.
Because a long bank holiday and a lot of persons enjoying themselves. Yes. But as you indicate, and as I indicated earlier, the police always have to be working. Police, law enforcement, defense force, custom have to be working.
Everybody.
So you find that we are not enjoying
you can't get any
the long independence, the long National Heroes Day, the long Newtown Festival. We still got to be working.
Yes.
So as it's strenuous on the police, we want everybody to try and help the situation so everybody could enjoy themselves at the end of the day.
That's correct.
GQ, do we have any cars? No cars. Okay, Inspector, I'm going to give you some wrap-up words because we are 1:45 now.
Well, okay, thank you very much. I want to end on the note that you ended upon there, using the persons with the mic. I want to end on that. You can help us. You see something brewing, stop the band, stop the music so that we can make our way in to deal with whatever situation it is. I trust and hope that we can have a good session with no fighting, no wounding at all from this, to show an example of what, like I said, what is to come later on. We have our sugar mass that we will want to enjoy, even though we again can't get no do. We have to understand that we have to work, and we will work. But let the visitors who come in see that we can keep order in the country and we can enjoy ourselves. On that note, I want to say happy independence to the country when it comes, and may we live to see many more.
Okay, Inspector, from me, I want to thank the Inspector for taking time out and coming and visiting policing with you from time to time. You know, he has been here before, and he has lent of the expertise that he has, the drill expert, and all the knowledge that he has accumulated over the years. He has taken time out to come and share with us. I want to thank him. I want to thank the management and staff. I want to thank GQ in the backbone. I want to thank you, sir. I want to thank the listening public who listen from time to time and who lend up their calls, and sometimes they just listen for education sake. I want to thank you very much for tuning in today. I want to say happy independence for when it comes. We have Independence Parade, National Heroes. Go out, enjoy. We know, I think with this prediction about weather passing,
yes.
The weather doesn't disturb us too much. God has to do his work. But we go out, enjoy the independence, enjoy the National Heroes, Newtown Fest. Persons to go out and be safe, and conduct yourself properly, especially knowing that police is going to be out there in the full numbers. The police are there to serve you and try and bring some normalcy and protection to the situation. So do not make it extra difficult for the police, the defense force, and the other law enforcement agencies. And I want to piggyback on what Inspector Dickinson piggybacked on. Persons with the mic, please help us to help you. You're there, you're seeing what's going on. Do not encourage those kind of behaviors. We want to discourage those kind of behaviors from your level. And I'm sure that you'll be able to have your session now, going forward, whenever it is. Just help us to help you in terms of maintaining control of the crowd, and then for everybody to come and enjoy themselves. Police to come and do what they're supposed to do. You do what you're supposed to do, and everybody walk out, be happy and enjoy themselves. So happy independence when it comes. GQ, see you when I see you. All the best.
Let us unite as one. Let us unite as one.
Summertime!
This summer is going to be crazy. A crazy summer to remember at The Cable. Win cash, TVs, and other cool prizes when you sign up for internet or Ultra TV services at The Cable all summer long. Isn't this crazy? 3 lucky winners will win $100 every week, and one wins $500 every month. On top of that, tablets and TVs are up for grabs. Signed up for new internet package as low as